horrible night. Now you know everything, Camellia. Your entire family are all murderers. Did you kill Camelia's mother? It was an accident, but I was prepared to do it, and I would do the same again if I had to. The bloodline of Horgus Guern cannot be broken. Forgive me, Camellia, forgive me for keeping you locked away. Forgive me for never acknowledging you as my daughter. Forgive me for depriving you of a mother and never being able to replace her. Thanks for the follow. Now I said everything, I'm ready. You killed my mother, and you decided to tell me that now? Camellia whisper sounds like a hissing of a venomous snake. Why? To unburden your soul. Danger Dunger, thanks for the sub. Thanks a lot. Where was I? To unburden your soul, to show me how you protected me back then. Maybe you're hoping I'll hesitate before I stab you in your disgusting heart. Or are you trying to make me weep for my mother, the innocent victim? I don't give a damn about her. The bitch wanted me dead and she failed. Good riddance, I say. And I don't give a damn about you either, Horgus Guern. I don't care about your bloodline or about any excuses you can come up with. Do you really think that I couldn't have escaped your mansion if I wanted to? You never acknowledged me as your daughter. It was no skin on my nose. You wanted to marry a noble woman to continue the Guern line. Well, that was your own affair. You provided for me and didn't try to stop me communing with the spirits. I never wanted anything more from you. But now I don't need you anymore. Really, you got me who will protect me and hide me from justice if it comes for me. As for you, you're just garbage left over for my former life, and it's time to dispose of you. The stiletto trembles in Camelia's hands. She grips the handle so tight her knuckles turn white. Evil, kill him, Camellia, he deserves it. Say nothing, lawful attack, both of you deserve to die. Camellia, stop. The spirits crave his blood, I crave his blood. Together we have sealed his fate. You shouldn't kill him, no matter what he's done, he's still your father. The stiletto in Camelia's hands flies up and freezes in front of Horgus Guern's heart. A moment passes, then another. Finally, Camellia exhales loudly and lowers her weapon. Leave, get out of my life, Horgus Guern. Horgus opens his mouth to say something, but immediately shuts it without saying a single word. He lingers for a moment, then nods briefly and leaves. It's all over now. I rid myself of my past. I suppose I should feel happy. Why then do I feel so tired? Camellia gets to her feet and smooths her tousled hair. It was all over too quickly, don't you agree, my friend? As if something was missing. It's like having sex without climaxing. The end result is not but exhaustion. Let's have some more fun, shall we? Why didn't you tell me that Horgus would be waiting for us in Kenabras? I just didn't. Perhaps I wanted to surprise you. Or perhaps I was worried that you tried to talk me out of it. Are you ready to talk to Mireia now? No, not quite yet. Don't worry, I shall be ready soon. Just one last step, one final drop. Did Mireia really crave Horgus' blood, or was it just you who wanted it? Yes and yes, Mireia and I are one. Her desires are my desires. We become quite inseparable at this point. What do you have in mind? I want to make up for the lost time, to let loose like never before, to celebrate my ultimate liberation. There are an awful lot of servants in this mansion. Let's gather them all in the garden and feed Mireia with their blood together, you and I. What do you say? I never done this with another person before. Until now you have only been an observer, and I want my first time to be with you, my friend. You killed enough. What right do you have to tell me what to do? I didn't break free from Horgus' tyranny only to surrender to yours. I'm free now and I shall do as I please. Besides, it's Mireia as well. A paltry 10 servants and we shall be able to get through to her at last. The price is reasonable. Amelia, I forbid you to kill innocent people. I ignore my order and you regret it. This will be unforgettable. I didn't click that, goddammit. I misclicked. Now we're gonna see how they're all dead. I have an important announcement from you. Fucking hell. You're all fired. But why? Probably a surprise. Everyone knows that Worm changes his servants all the time. This can't be. I wanna speak to Lord Worm himself. Well, at least get my week's wages. Don't worry, Lord Worm has tasked me with ensuring that everyone is paid in full. No one will leave empty-handed.
Save the last one for me.
Am I supposed to chase this? Bismuth is what? Holy shit. What a fucking
I suppose
slaughter.
we are done here. We certainly had a good time, didn't we? Did you like it, my friend? It was a little different from my usual sacrifices to Maria, but mass murder does have its own appeal. It's wild, primordial, unbridled. You felt it too, didn't you? The exhilaration.
I felt bullshit. Genshin, thanks, Genshin. Thanks a lot, Genshin. Let me see what you people wrote. Camellia taking BDSM to the next level. Alright. Let's see what happens. I'll reload this. Definitely I ain't sticking with this choice. I just want to see what's gonna happen.
You know, I suppose you deserve a confession. I have never said anything like this to anyone before. Are you ready? Steel yourself.
What garbage will I hear now from her?
You are the best friend I could ever hope to have. You understand me. You help me. You are the best thing that has happened to me in my entire life.
Say nothing.
You know, now that we're so close, I wish to confess something else to you. Are you ready? There is no Maria. I made her up.
Why?
Isn't it obvious? To have a reasonable explanation for all the murders. So that my protector would be too busy thinking of our bright future to lecture me on morality and decency. I like to kill. I don't simply want it. I need it.
Кажи.
It is
Evo
something
sad ću.
deep within me. My desire is like an annoying fly buzzing around a room. One that cannot be seen or swatted away. But the deaths of enemies on the battlefield don't bring me any relief. It comes only with the deaths of those who considered me a friend. The deaths must be unexpected, so that I can see the disbelief and dread in my victims' eyes. But I am a clever girl. I know that society would never condone my unconventional desires. So I invented a nice story that I could feed to those who would protect me from society. As you may have noticed, my lie has worked remarkably well.
I suspected that you were lying to me.
Did you? You hid your true thoughts from me very well. You are an excellent liar. Perhaps even better than I am. My sincerest congratulations.
So when you asked me to come here today so you could talk to Mireia, that was a lie too?
Of course it was. After you and I visited the brothel in Al Shanira, I felt an unexpected and overwhelming desire to see my dear sweet papa. So as soon as we returned to Dresden, I made some inquiries and learned that he had moved to Nerosian. I sent him a letter inviting him to meet me at his mansion in Canabris, and that's when I asked you to accompany me. I decided it would be best not to disclose the true purpose of our visit to you. If you had known that Horgus would be waiting for us here, you might have discerned my intentions.
Why decided to tell all this now?
Ah, that's a good question. You would have learned the truth sooner or later, you know. I've told you too many stories about Maria. You never would have let the matter lie. Of course, I could have left, fled in the dead of night, leaving you a farewell note. But I like traveling with you, my friend. I like feeling the power you've shared with me. That is why I decided to take the risk and open up to you.
Where do you draw your power from then?
I draw it from the spirits, just like all shamans do. Spirits surround us. They are everywhere, even within the world wound. Only they never beg me to save them or try to tell me how to heal Sarkoris. To be honest, I couldn't care less about Sarkoris, the world wound, or the crusade. My sphere of interest lies elsewhere.
So what's the story behind Amulet?
This? Once a snake crawled into our garden. I killed it, gutted it, dried out its bones, and then I told Horgus about Maria and asked him to decorate the amulet with gold and make it into a necklace. Despite its mundane origins, it is now imbued with magic that hides me from the prying eyes of Iomede's paladins and inquisitors. Daddy Dearest was quite insistent on that point. Clearly, he feared that if I were ever caught, I would reveal all the dirty secrets of the Worms to the world. But now that I'm with you, I have no need of this amulet anymore. Do I? No one would dare lay a finger on a companion of the Crusade Commander.
I heard enough.
Is the interrogation over? Good. I was beginning to feel rather bored. So, what is your verdict, my friend?
I'll kill you, you monster. The final verdict. I'll accept you as you are because that's what friends do. You're a murderer and your place is on the gallows, but you're useful to me. I will not banish you from my side. Get out of my sight. I'll kill you, you monster.
So that's your decision. Well, your heart be quicken.
How come you're level 1 shaman? What the fuck?
Excruciating.
Ah, she's got less 10. I trigger less 10, okay. Where is her amulet? Is it in my inventory? It just disappeared. No, there it is. Bone amulet. The enchantment of this amulet allowed the wearer to conceal their alignment. So I am lawful good if I equip undetectable for meals. Nah. Of course, it ain't how I wanna do it, alright? It really ain't how I wanna do it. I know how I wanna do it. I wanna stop her. And keep her if possible without killing her. I don't know if that's doable or not. Alright, my wife made a dinner. She's calling for me. 5 minutes just so I eat. And then we played the entire night. Because I was sleeping for 20 hours in a row. Be right back in 5 minutes, people. Alright. Let's move on. I think I was fast. We do this shit again. Whether or not he's a terrible father, you're certainly a terrible daughter. But an unfounded accusation, perhaps an astonishingly ill-advised joke. I always obeyed Horgus in all things. I've been a perfect daughter. Never mind though. The time has come to have a little heart-to-heart with my dear papa. How to stop her without killing her. Yeah, that's exactly the thing I've been thinking about right now. Camellia, stop, you killed enough. Camellia, I forbid you to kill innocent people. Ignore my order and you'll regret it. You dare to give me an order? On your crusade, I saw nothing but rules and regulations. You know what? Screw you. Die, you son of a bitch.
Save the last one for me.
Oh, at least I have a dessert. Look at dessert my wife made. Hey. At least I can taste this. Alright. It's been good. Very good. Those people need to die if I want Camellia. It's so fucked up with her, okay? Everything with her is fucked up. She's just there for an evil run. Bitch is mad. Completely mad. That was bad. Man, I can't eat all of this. This is like... Look at the size compared to my hand. This is like for 3 people at least. When my wife makes something, it's for the entire village. And I just had a dinner too. Very good though. I'll do it, but only for the sake of closing the world wound.
shall escape.
A curse on the worm family. Well, they die.
I suppose we are done here. We certainly had a good time, didn't we? Did you like it, my friend? It was a little different from my usual. You are the best friend I could ever hope to have. There is no Maria. As you may have noticed, did you? I decided I like to be on. But now, is the interrogation over? Good. I was beginning to feel rather bored. So, what is your verdict, my friend?
You're a murderer and your place is on the gallows, but you're useful to me. I will not banish you from my side.
Well, at least that was honest of you. I am glad we had this conversation, Commander. And thank you, all the same. I have no more secrets from you, I promise. Provided, of course, that you can still believe my promises.
Well, Camelia's done. Look at Bismuth. Bismuth in the jungle. Camellia more evil than Jaital. 10 times more evil than Jaital. 10 times. For sure. There's nothing to think about. But I'm not an angel anymore. I'm a living legend. So it doesn't matter that much. Up we go back to level up in Dresden. That's gonna be next. And then we can finally go to those big maps to ease. And so on. Does this work? No, not until I leave. I need to leave. How come there is no exit? That's it, my wife is crazy, I'm gonna burst. I just can't. I ate 1/3 of it. I just can't, I'll explode. You know, I used to have 100 kilograms. Like... Oosh, I don't even remember when I had 100 kilograms. Now I'm 85. 85 to 90. I vary. During winters I'm closer to 90. During summers I'm closer to 80. I'm not tell you how much I weigh. Because I'm curious now too. Let me see how much I'm at right now. Once more just in case. Believe it or not, I'm 84 right now, and I used to have 100. I mean, I'm 85 with clothes. 84 right now. How tall am I? 186. Well, I was on 100 kilograms, but I wasn't fat with 100 kilograms. It was all from the gym. I was never fat, okay? In my life, to be honest. I used to work out for 15 years in a row, every day. So why I quit? Because I got bored out of it. 15 years in a row, man, every day. I reached the limit, you know. I literally reached the limit. It was either going for roids or I just quit. You can't advance anymore, alright? You just can't. You reach the fucking limit. Gezmera looks the same as before, but far more very. So it's true, the commander returned from the dead. We heard all manner of rumors. We do not know what to believe. I came here myself to be sure it's true. I thought time would heal Winter Sun. Hasn't been easy. People gradually returned to their lives, but the mere sight of their homeland brought back memories of atrocities. What will you do now? The search of better life. The place was called home, and the centuries no longer accept us. Too many ghosts here, too many memories. I do not know where we will go, but we will pray to the spirits that the new place will accept us. Farewell. May the spirits watch over you. That's like the biggest truth I've seen so far. Smoke kills, unlike everything else in this juicy world. Yeah. True. Unlike sugar. Dorgelinda is looking at you with undisguised awe. Well, I'll be you really come back from the abyss itself. Commander, you amaze me. If you're doing miracles now, maybe you can pull our logistics out of the abyss while you're at it. Because in your absence, that's exactly where it's gone. All the way to the bottom. We have a shortage of quite literally everything. Don't take this as sedition, Commander. I'll give it to you straight. Right now, there is no way of acquiring anything legally. Her Majesty squeezed all she could out of Mendeb to march on this. Left with a bunch of measly crumbs. Fortunately, I still have some of my old connections in Mendeb. The nation's been in chaos for the last few months, without the Queen watching over that. Won't stop taking anything that's not nailed down. I know how to make sure we get something out of all this madness, just a bit here and there. This is it, this is my time to shine. I got a clever little scheme. I've been cooking it up for a long time now, I'm finally gonna put it into action. We'll hit it big, you just give me the go ahead. Has everyone in Mendeb truly turned to stealing? If we have no choice, you know. War has claimed many lives, deserted villages, abandoned houses, manors of noble lineages. They have been cut short. If they don't belong to anyone now, maybe we could take them. I don't like it. I get it, this isn't the time to be squeamish, but joining in and plundering with Mendeb, that's too low. If we can avoid it, let's sell our own spoils on the black market instead of stealing. Let's consider our options in more detail. Voljev, what's the scheme of yours? We issue war bonds with mind-blowing interest, 300%, 400, whatever. But we don't release them to be traded publicly. Instead, we hold a sale to sell everything we have left in the warehouses. Don't worry, we won't have to give away anything, because we're gonna be selling it all to ourselves, using fake papers and frontmen and paying with those war bonds we got. We repeat this process several times and then Voljev wants to imitate banks, okay? Voljev, the main bank of Golarion. He gives a paper and he receives money for the paper. That's what banks do. Right, I think it's Ariel's already confused. I'll draw you all a diagram later, or you can just trust me. It's a sure thing, we'll make a killing. Why are you looking at me like that? When did I ever let you down? This sounds like some evil sorcery, except with finances instead of spells. Are we sure this scheme won't ruin us? Or worse, summon some kind of bond demon to teach us a lesson? Arushali, what are you suggesting? We could take abandoned property the looters haven't got to yet. Fortunately, I mean unfortunate, but it's fortunate for us. Anyway, I know for sure there's a lot of it in Mendev right now. If we take it for the good of the crusade, it wouldn't be looting with it. Of course it wouldn't, you just need to convince yourself real hard. Congrats, Arushali, your path of ascension is complete. Only the most upstanding mortals can dupe everyone, including themselves, with such finesse. Lad, times are tough, we can't afford to stay squeaky clean, but my conscience won't let me just ransack the nation in its hour of need. We still have a few things lying around, don't we? Let's not go any further than using the services of the black market. We can get what we need in exchange for what we have. Both our warehouses and our coffers are empty. What are you gonna trade when we run out? Dorjalinda, the goal is not to get too brazen. We shouldn't be missing out either. I've got connections all over Menden, old army pals, drinking partners, long overdue debtors. Each one will get us a cart, a barrel, a chest. It'll be an improvement on what we have at least. The treasury won't notice because we won't take enough to cause a fuss. Just await dispendency here, some cargo. And that's it. Bugs will get fixed, don't worry about bugs. Did I manage to beat the other? Yeah, and we can also do it now on unfair. Just to squash him in a second. We can do it for unfair too. Tricky Steel Decree. 10% of finance points available in the treasury, maximum 10,000. Unclaimed property. Material points 750. Finance points. Material points. Corruption. Lawful choice effects. We will take no part in plundering Mendel. This meeting is over. Crusade morale increased by 10. Allow finance points to be exchanged for material points and vice versa. We go with land. We're in a right bind here. We're doing everything we can to resolve it. I have no doubt this council will need to reconvene again shortly.
You've marched me to the bones today.
I bring wonderful news. We're getting reports from all regions of Mendev that a nationwide political crisis has been resolved. The nobility answered your summons and restored order in the kingdom. You promised to grant them new lands so the territories reclaimed from the demons has met with success, especially among those who have never seen the world. I believe it's fair to say at this moment, Commander, your word carries the greatest weight in Mendev's politics. You could use the influence to accomplish something monumental. For example, you could organize a total military mobilization across the kingdom. What will you do with your newfound power? We need to remind Mendavians that the gods care for us. They gave us strength and wisdom to save the kingdom. Let the people go to temples, praise them, make donations, and pray. In dark times, we need all the faith we can muster. Social and his fucking prayers from the start of the game, man. In many lands, the temples collect tithes. I have a fresh new idea. Why don't we turn this around and tax the temples? Diran the complete opposite. Let's tax the temples. We'll call it the tax of the righteous and tell them that the more pious the temple and its congregation, the more coin will be collected. We'll just have to see what wins, fate or greed. Someone must take care of Mendev. The old mare won't survive another wild ride like that. Maybe we should hold elections for the members of the Royal Council. Finally let those who are worthy run the country, no matter their social class or wealth. Equal rights for tieflings. It's time to stop the oppression of our noble people by Mendavian society. Tales are no reason for persecution. Let us listen to the council. Social, what about prayers? It was enough, which is why the gods did not let Mendev fall. But when adversity passes, people breathe a sigh of relief, and they leave the temples. It's just how it always goes. However, even though the crisis in Mendev is behind us, our war rages on. We need to remind everyone that the most terrible evil hasn't yet been defeated, and to unite them around spiritual power instead of worldly authorities as before. Are you sure there is no one in Mendev more in need of respect than the gods? No one at all? Or are the gods like the most downtrodden bunch? That's why you worry about them so much? Diran, temple taxes no less. Normally, you could never go with something like that, but now, with the end of the crusade in sight, no one will want to defy you. So we'll kill two birds with one stone, find a new source of funding that we desperately need, and have a grand old time watching the priests being torn between the urge to appear holier than everyone else and the desire to pay less. You're like a child for the sake of a joke you found humorous. You're advising the commander to go against fate. The only solace people have left in the war-ravaged land. No matter how much money we get from Mendev, we'll have to spend it on all personal guards or the crowd will promptly handle us. And the tallest branch will go to Count Arandeas in recognition of his irrefutable wisdom. Land. Right now, Mendev is a smoldering ruin, a realm of devastation whose only riches are patriotism and corpses. We need to save it before it's too late. And we should start with those in charge. We had enough haughty bureaucrats lining their pockets, and nobles believing themselves superior to others because of their lineage. It would be nice if Royal Council was composed of those who deserve it, with no regard to family trees, connections, and purse size. The mongrels choose the smartest, bravest, most experienced one among them as their chief. Maybe the Uplanders could learn this trick. Or are they too civilized for it? Is this a good time for reforms of such magnitude? There has been enough disturbance in Mendev already. Volja. We all know about the rampant oppression of tieflings in Mendev. It's like we're the demons here. We get no freedom, no respect, only humiliation envelops. Gotta lock horns with the horned ones, am I right? And what about the rats? We've got those, the right to pay taxes and the right to serve in the army. Is that fair? No. Should you feel ashamed? Yes. And if folks treated us nicely, you'd think we wouldn't show our gratitude. We're not just thieves, you know. We're merchants, guards, lawyers, clerics, paladins, mages. And if Mendev follow their conscience, you think we tieflings wouldn't repay you for your kindness? Well, we would repay. There is, I said it. Someone please tell him that tieflings already have all the rights of Mendevian subjects. Or don't, actually. It's funnier this way. Now don't you go making a sucker out of me, alright? You think we don't understand that it's one thing to have these rights on a paper that anyone can wipe their bottom with. But to have them for real, that's a whole different story. I would guess that people have no love for you and your tiefling pals, not because of your race, but because you're thieves and crooks to the bone. Don't mind me, who am I to talk? Just someone who and half lizard who doesn't know what it's like to be judged on your ancestry. Konomi. If everyone was here already, Mendel would have died of famine. I'm not just talking about people, they're horses that could be commandeered for the needs of the army. Tools that could be reforged into weapons, apothecary stocks. Services provided by craftsmen, builders, spellcasters. Many can serve the army in many ways, not necessarily by wisdom. We took their sons and daughters, took their gold, took their bread. Now we're taking their horses. I think we should also take their sticks and rocks, or they'll beat us to death with them soon enough. Urging the church, glorification of the gods. All generals have learned the Judgment Day. Deals magic damage to all enemy units. Restores HP to all units in the army. It's a divine spell. Diran, text of the righteous. Cost of building construction reduces by 50. I already have all buildings. Land, elections of the Royal Council. Cost of recruiting mercenary units reduces by 10. That one is cool. Tiefling rights. Mythic units increases by 15%. Energy points income increases by 5. Biscuit bot, thanks for the follow. Konomi. Mobilization. Trainable units reduces by 10%. Text of the righteous. I don't know if I need a Judgment Day. I really don't know. All generals will learn Judgment Day. I think I profit the most if I reduce cost of mercenaries by 10%. We go with it. When we first met, I allowed my eyes to deceive me. I failed to discern with you an outstanding politician. You knew nothing of diplomacy, you were unaware of the power structure in Erosian and beyond, but you were driven by your uncanny intuition, and with it you have saved Mendev and strengthened our ties with foreign allies. You have my respect. I wasn't a diplomat before this war and I haven't become one now, but I think I'm beginning to understand politicians and their actions better, and I'm convinced that the key is never to forsake your conscience. I don't think we have. I must admit, these council meetings weren't the worst moments of my life, they were almost entertaining. It seems you have the ability to make everything more interesting, be it a waging war or a hosting ambassadors. And like a true son of Mendev, even took part in deciding its fate. We shall see its posterity will curse us for it in our singer praises. Can't even imagine becoming a proper diplomat. All this political skullduggery makes my head reach for my bow. I was this close to going down in history as Len, the shooting ambassador. I'm impressed with how slick you were at dealing with intrigues and weaving a web of your own. Looks like politics isn't as a big deal after all. It's just like the gangs on the streets, apart from the cussing. Maybe I should be a diplomat after the war. It has been an honor and a pleasure to advise you, Commander. However, I don't think you will need my counsel from here on out. Mendev stands strong, our allies are loyal and reliable, the diplomatic council has served its purpose. You don't need it any longer. Do I? What's now? Finance a crusade, cost the process, strengthen the diplomatic connections. Strengthen the chain of command, issue a decree. How much of a jump in the difficulty is core to hard? I can talk about hard to unfair, but I can't talk about core to hard. I guess it's a lot, knowing Owlcat. All dragons will gain druidic upbringing. 14 days to resolve, man, that's a lot. Let's make an amulet. Simply cannot act on any non-good choices. Same, I suffer the same problem. I can't pick those evil choices at all. Yeah, Lawful can be really cruel.
Move out!
Tina's Scenery Master. Good day to you and all that. I'm Tina from the Next Door Theater. Here's the score. We finished rehearsing and are ready to stage the world premiere of our play about your exploits. Grandma sent me to invite you. We're ready to get started. Will you come? Yeah, I will. Let's see the show. Should be funny. They need voice acting for this. Grandma Gretlin's smile shines with a pride and happiness. Her new ladle shines equally bright, and she holds it like a scepter. Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come that every participant in the crusade has awaited with bated breath. The day when we, the Next Door Theater, finally present to you our newest production. Theater. Amber laughs melodiously and claps her hands. Graybor casts a long, thoughtful look at Amber. The elf joys reflect on the dwarf's stern face by a slight smile. The massive prop catapult behind the grandma creaks loudly and somewhat ominously in time with her words. At least you hope it's a prop. Today we return to the recent past, to one of the first victories won by the commander. Our show is dedicated to these grandiose, incredible, mind-blowing, exciting, large-scale, grand and legendary events many of you probably witnessed firsthand. As the director and the playwright, I feel humbled and honored too. Captivated by her own speech, Grandma brandishes her ladle with wild enthusiasm and accidentally touches, but only lightly, one of the catapult levers. You hear a theatrically loud whisper from the ranks of the actors. Does anyone remember what we used to load the catapult? I have a better question. What did the projectile hit? I see something that resembles a plume of a smoke, in the place similar to the one where left the crates our props are in. I put my cherry pie in the catapult bucket to have a secret snack during the performance, and now it flew away. Stop panicking. The show must go on even if we're left without our costumes and props. If something does not go according to plan, improvise. Having whispered these instructions quite loudly to her crew, Grandma Gretlin gives a beaming smile to the audience, nothing more than a few fireworks to celebrate our premiere. And now we shall begin. You may start, but if anything goes wrong, I'll throw a rotten tomato at you. I don't wanna watch this farce. Applaud! Hooray for the premiere. In the year 4715, in the area near Dresden, a figure appears in front of the army awaiting his orders. It is their leader, Knight Commander. My heart burns. Lemkin pauses, moving her lips quietly. Before inspiring his army with a stirring speech, the commander paused, preparing to say the most important words. My marmalade, my heart burns with marmalade. My heart burns with marmalade. We will never get up. Onward, my warriors. The huge Cyclops delivers his speech enthusiastically, growing the word marmalade almost like a battle cry. The commander's speech was certainly inspiring, but he understood it wasn't enough in the face of the upcoming dangers. He needed to describe the goal to the army and give real hope to the soldiers. And so the commander exclaimed, "Like an arrow we will fly to our goal. Wash your hands before you eat." Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in a rural bravery. Wash your hands before you eat. Wash your, but why? So the food doesn't run away from the filth. Good, Lemkin remembered. Then, with his army properly inspired, the commander explained the details of his grand strategic plan. As we all know, the commander planned to use a time paradox to liberate Dresden. To do this, he needed to change the previous events so that there was no need to liberate Dresden at all. To make Dresden liberate itself through manipulations of time, he needed to ensure the city has never fallen, and thus he had no need, no liberation. And that is exactly what happened. Right now, when you look at the stage, you see the accurate theatrical depiction of time traveling. Which is to say, you see nothing happening whatsoever since it already happened in the past. And now that all of you have witnessed the most spectacular, dramatic and impressive culmination of our play, let us return to reality for a moment to welcome the person who we are all gathered here to celebrate. The commander, after all, this was one of his earliest adventures. Achievement unlocked, next door play. So what do you say, Commander? Did you like our show? Not bad, there is a room for improvement. Of course, sure. Believe it or not, Commander, every true comedian knows their calling is to provoke laughter and smiles, not necessarily on stage. And it needs not be a successful professional and perfectly organized performance. Something out of art exceeds the limitation of the stage. Frankly, in Kingmaker, that area with Jubilust, where you answer the riddles with a kobold that says dragon non-stop, and tentacles guy, it was way much funnier than this one, alright? Way much funnier. Inconsequential debates, that was the name of the quest, true. I had a lot of laugh, especially the first time I played it. It was fucking hilarious.
Head on!
We're gonna sell items quickly. Then we're gonna level up the entire party, because they're all level 19 now, I think. And then it's finally those big maps. I did all of those smaller maps. So now it's the Ease, City of Ease. There is Spinner of Nightmares too. I would need to check the journal also. But basically that's it. Not much is left. Crossbow of Judgment. Is this an intermediate step or not? The unholy symbol of Rovaguk. This is it. +2 radiant. Dispel one random spell. Whatever. Hex Demise and a Lore Master Robe. Hey, new boots. 10 bonus to base speed, constant freedom of movement spell effect. Nice. Inside bonus saving throws against hexes and necromancy. Trickery, athletics. +2 bonus to attack rolls for attacks of opportunity. Knowledge lore. Reflex saving throws. Inside bonus saving throws against hexes and necromancy school spells. I don't need athletics that much. What is my athletics? You get the fuck out, it's 58. And that's with penalties, 58. Freedom of movement. And I give him some speed because he is slow as fuck. At least he's gonna stop moving a bit faster now. Ring of Protection 5. Ooh, more damage against demons. Goggles. Against swarms. Against demons. with this Grey War. Nice shit. Rage Cloak. Yes. Miuslave. Miuslave. Up we go, we're gonna level up. Yeah, I'm looking at chat. I know I haven't leveled up. Listen, it would be idiotic to chase for a perfect run. Especially on your blind run. On your blind very first playthrough. Like, what the fuck? You live with your mistakes. You learn for the next one.
Onwards!
Chapter 5 is bugged to hell. No bugs so far. Okay. For me, there were no bugs. So I can't talk bad about it. Nothing was game breaking. Everything worked well. Actually, Chapter 5 for me works far better than a Lushinira. Far better than a Lushinira. Let's level up. Level 19. We get improved quarry. Plus 4 bonus to damage and attack. To quarry. That's huge. For her, it's huge. This is the last feat. The very last feat. We're gonna take... Definitely Iron Will. Improved Iron Will. And I want her Charm dominated. And she doesn't need any other feat after all, so... That's what we're gonna take. Greybore. Less feat. And improved quarry for Greybore too. The fuck if I know now. Do you got those enhanced criticals? Special resistance to magic. Or racial bone saving throws against spell and spell-like abilities. I might take this one. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Steel Soul. Resist spells. They just don't need feats. I took every feat that's actually good. Alright. And the less feat for a cleric. And the less spell slot for a cleric too. Oh. Alright. And what do we want? Perhaps extend. I really don't know, it's whatever. He doesn't need any feats as a cleric. He's there to buff. I didn't took precise strikes. How? Outflank, shake it off, shield wall. Holy shit, we take precise strikes. Nothing to think about. Ember. Stigma Witch. Fire, evocation. Concentration checks. +1 bonus of caster level checks to overcome spell resist with an arcane focus. That ain't bad. I just wanna make sure I take that one. Fire is already there. Iron Will, blah blah blah, Persuasion. We don't need a spell focus, yeah. And spell specialization. I mean, I'll take the one that goes with spell resist. for Ember. That will be that. Eight. Full array. Still, that punch. I don't need it. Go with the Rift of Ruin. Even though it's Conjuration. Polar Midnight, Mind Blank. The best one to take are Foresight, Heroic Invocation, and the Wail of the Banshee. I'm gonna go with one of these two. Go with the Foresight. Woljif. Woljif has 2 levels. What? I maxed out Arcane Trickster. 1, 2, 3. And he's gonna reach this in Eldritch Scoundrel. Good for me. Now, he adds sneak attack damage as Eldritch Scoundrel to spells. And his spells can crit also. Yeah, he adds sneak attack damage. And since that's the case, we're gonna take Evocation. Because we're gonna add sneak attack on Evocation spells. That's why. And he's got Sirocco. So Sirocco's gonna hurt like fucking crazy on Woljif. Now we can take all colors, I guess. We can take Lightning. And we can take Cold Ice Strike. Or a Hellfire Ray. Cold Ice Strike is gonna hit. Hellfire Ray is it needs to trigger with a touch. The other ones do not. That will be it. Diran. The last revelation. And then the final revelation. But it's gonna be strong. We gotta take Empower. This is Revelation. It's gonna be a Sacred Council. Better rolls, scales with charisma. Now spell specialization. I think I'll stick with a Firestorm. I'll stick with a Firestorm. Definitely. 1 level 8. I could add Firestorm and have Firestorm on both level 7 and level 8 so I can spam Firestorm. And even though I wouldn't recommend it, I'm strong enough now to just not care. More usages of Firestorm. Why the fuck not? We take Firestorm. And a level 9 will be... what? I have Mass Heal on Diran, I don't need another one. Overwhelming Presence, perhaps. Now, we're gonna go with Summon. Classic Summon. What's the Wind of Vengeance? Fly Speed. Maneuverability. Personal. Concealment. Damage is half, the creature is not knocked prone. Is it gonna be Wind of Vengeance? So he can actually move, because he's slowed as an Oracle because of his curse. And the Wind of Vengeance will provide the boost speed. Nenio. Last for Scroll 7. Greater Elemental Focus Fire. I believe it's gonna be that. Yeah. Specialize. We're gonna specialize in... I do not know. I don't have a fucking clue in what to specialize. Frankly, it really doesn't matter anymore. I'm strong enough. Did a classic Fireball. She's got so many spells, she doesn't need a fucking thing anymore. And like, she literally doesn't need a fucking thing. We take Polar Ray for dexterity damage. And we're gonna take... perhaps a Cemental. But it really doesn't matter, to be honest. So late in the game, it doesn't matter. I already have good builds for them. They can easily remain level 18, I'll finish it. No need for a maximum level. Now, I said Monk doesn't receive a thing. So we're gonna go with Rowdy. Just like that. Tsunami. She already has Tsunami, I think, but I haven't specialized in Cold. That's for the second run. Lan will be accomplished sneak attacker. Because there is nothing else left. I'm quite sure of it. Yeah. And here, what can we do? Saving throws against mind-affecting conditions. The scale with dexterity. Slippery Mind is fucking huge for land. Huge, especially now. you know, on level 19. No one can touch him if you take Slippery Mind. I wanna see with combat trick only if I can get something out of it, but I doubt. Slippery Mind is way too good right now. Yeah, Slippery Mind. Definitely Slippery Mind. Row with talent gains bonus to saving throws against mind effective conditions equal to dexterity modifier. That's fucking huge. And the best defensive you can get. Scylla. Paladin. Holy Champion. Divine Weapon Bond +6. That's also huge for a Paladin. So Paladin actually needs the final level, you know. Paladin actually needs it. What should we take for the last feat, though? I could focus on heavy armor. I could get a critical focus. I could get a missile shield. That's it. What did I say? Heavy armor focus. Should I? You know what? I'm gonna go for damage. Go with a critical focus. I don't care anymore. I can do it easily. There's not a single enemy on Unfair that can do something against us right now. Camellia. I mean, the game is over. I just need to finish all of those fights. Don't have to worry a fucking thing anymore. Literally. Elven immunities, whatever. Because I don't see anything else. I literally don't see anything else. And I don't need anything else. You know what I'll do on a second run? I'm gonna go with potions. One of the characters will have potions mastery. So I can craft those OP potions. Spellbook. I'm still level 38. Another instant enemy. Monster. No need for all of those heals. Do I got overwhelming? No, I got overwhelming. Wins. I got wins. Fuck. Take this heal. Still loot. Still loot. Still loot. Next. Sirocco. just doesn't have enough spots. Look at the run, man. Strong as fuck. Another weird. Although I would like to troll a bit with clashing rocks. I don't know. Oh yeah, tsunami too. Damn. Shout. Nenio is fucking crazy good. Remove curse. This time remove curse if someone gets polymorphed. I can have a tsunami. Although I don't give a fuck. Sunbeam. That will be it. Be right back in a second just to take a piss. And up we go finally. With all there is. Slap. 20 days ago it was 40 plus outside. Every day it was fucking hot. Now, outside it's 5. Up we go. I need to find a way down. How the fuck do I go over here? These demons. From where? Do I need to finish with these? How the fuck can I tell? There has to be a way down. From somewhere. I can't know. I really don't know where to pass. Why do you circle around? What? We can't cross from here. No way. That's the world wound. The cracks. Don't tell me I need to go around. Although there is a way around. But how come you can cross the crack here but not here? Hypnochizo, thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, Wasteland 3, finally, eh? Game is fucking dope. It doesn't get better than Wasteland 3. For turn-based CRPGs, probably the best ever created. Secrets of Creation. Cascade of Fire. Find Mutasaphen. Pulura's Fall. We go to Pulura's Fall. Find Captain Sealkind. In the wilderness ruins are forest. Okay. Your bones will join the myriad others. Find the entrance to Ineluctable. That's Baphomet. Queen Galfrey's. Spinner of Nightmares is towards ease. Riddles with Nenio. Deal with the Bladesmith. In the heart of the world wound, we need to find the Bladesmith. His nemesis and creator. One final breath. Bring Diran to the place marked by the Inquisitor. The last resort. Go with land to find Salamelech and the mongrels. In these. Baphomet's altar with Ember. And where is Baphomet's altar? Capsule regions. Ancient scripts. Storytelling. Restore a crumpled demon helmet. So where the fuck to then? Was the closest? Reagents. Reagents. Canabres. Winter Sun. This is bugged with Greybor. Greybor's quest is done. Completely done. Desolate ticket. Place of execution. Ineluctable prison. I think let's save Stargazers. We're gonna go to Pelura's Fall. We save the Stargazers now. That's gonna be first. Demon army approaching. Where? Which one? Where? It says demon army approaching. Which one? How the fuck can I know which one is approaching? Come on. This one? Yeah, it's this one. God damn it. Can I pass there? That would be great. If they can pass, I can pass too, I guess. I love these assassins, they're so bloody good. Look at this. Imagine when you have 200 of them. No, I can't pass. I don't care even if they get exhausted. Until the fall of Cercoris, many noble families of East floated their dead on boats down the river of Pelura's shrine that was located here. The scouts reported that a large demon force is on the move near a drained lake in the heart of the Worldwound, southwest of Dresden. It says I've never been to Pelura's Fall, and I've been to Pelura's Fall. I know I've been to Pelura's Fall. That's a fucking lie. I even have a map discovered. And it says I've never been to Pelura's Fall.
Together, we stand.
Please.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Summon portal, I don't have it. Not a single one. Have a good sleep, man. Really, immediately like that?
The light take you.
Almost befall us. What damaged me so much? Interesting. What up? Murapat hit so much for what? Interesting.